just want to make this clear. White boy, they said you said if you was young girls.
It's fascinating how Kendrick Lamar seems to have the entire music industry captivated, with many feeling like he's leading a dance on Drake's supposed demise. This feud between the two giants is undoubtedly the talk of the town in pop culture circles, at least for now. What's striking is that it's not just the hardcore hip-hop fans caught up in the excitement. This rivalry has transcended boundaries, drawing in people who might not typically follow rap. Now, it's a topic of discussion every—
Promise you would have been arrested. Whoever wrote that for you put more thought into that.
Tired, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Everywhere you turn, and the entire rap community is chiming in with their opinions. For those deeply invested in Drake's success, it's a tough pill to swallow. The tide seems to be favoring Kendrick. Drake finds himself the subject of jokes, memes, and even online challenges, especially after Kendrick brought up those old PDF file rumors. It's a surprising turn of events, witnessing
Oh! Bro, even I got this! Strike a chord.
Drake lose ground on the internet, and it leaves one wondering how he'll recover from this setback. Now let's shift gears and examine how other rappers are responding to this epic clash. Take 50 Cent, for instance. While he's previously praised both Kendrick and Drake, this time he appears content to watch from the sidelines, enjoying the spectacle without taking sides. When Drake's diss track leaked, 50 Cent actually gave him some credit, acknowledging his resilience amidst the storm. Let's delve into another twist in the saga: 50 Cent's surprising turn. Initially, he seemed to acknowledge Drake's efforts, but later he seemed to suggest that it's time to put an end to this before it escalates. In his own blunt style, he essentially advised, "Let's call it quits before it gets messy." Drawing from his own experiences, he warned against prolonging the feud, emphasizing that it rarely leads to a positive outcome. If you disagree, he challenges, then where's your contribution to the scene? Now let's pivot to 50's longtime adversary, Rick Ross, who isn't mincing words. Unlike 50, Ross isn't staying neutral. He's proudly throwing his support behind Kendrick. When Drake fired back with the Heart Part 6 in a bid to regain control of the narrative, one of the first to counter was none other than Rick Ross, once Drake's ally turned foe. To provide some context, Drake and Ross were once inseparable collaborators, churning out hit after hit. However, their relationship soared between 2015 and 2017, largely due to conflicting interests and personal differences. Drake's conflict with Meek Mill, who coincidentally is signed to Rick Ross's label, created significant tension. However, by 2017, Ross disclosed that he and Drake had a candid discussion, resolving their differences amicably. Fast forward to the present, and the feud between Drake and Rick Ross is heating up once again. It all started when Drake noticed that Ross had unfollowed him on Instagram right after the release of Metro Boomin and Future's collaborative project, We Don't Trust You. Ross's appearance on several tracks from the project, where he took shots at Drake, didn't sit well with the Canadian rapper. In response, Drake came out swinging with his own diss track titled Push-Ups, throwing jabs at Ross's age and even questioning his ability to produce hits without Drake's assistance. Drake couldn't believe Ross was getting involved, suggesting that every song Ross had on the charts was thanks to him. Not one to back down, Ross swiftly retaliated with champagne moments, bringing up the long-standing rumors of Drake using ghostwriters and even alleging that Drake had undergone plastic surgery, including a nose job and a BBL, Brazilian butt lift. Thanks to Ross, Drake earned himself a new nickname, Beeble Drizzy. Drake, never one to shy away from drama, took to Instagram to escalate the situation further. He shared a screenshot of texts between him and his mom, Sandy, where they joked about the nose job rumors. But Drake didn't stop there. He also accused Ross of being reckless, and hinted that Ross might not be entirely mentally present, suggesting some blame lies there. Regarding the rumors about Drake getting a nose job, his mom texted him, jokingly expressing her disbelief and hinting that she would have liked to be involved in such decisions. Drake responded with laughter, suggesting he would have gotten a 2-for-1 deal if he had gone through with it, adding a humorous jab at Rick Ross, implying Ross might be acting irrationally due to medication and lack of food. Drake reassured his mom not to worry, indicating they would handle the situation. He also tagged Ross in the post, teasingly calling him nosy. However, Ross seemed unfazed by Drake's antics on Instagram. Instead, he appeared to relish the back and forth. Without missing a beat, Ross fired back with a video in his own Instagram stories, playfully mocking Drake for airing their private texts. Additionally, he bestowed a few amusing nicknames upon Drake, including Cupcake Drake, White Boy, and Big News.
Actually sitting down with Drake, it was really just
bosses having a conversation.
Yeah, we wasn't even discussing anything negative, because by the time we get in the room, there's so much other things going on that is already, let's get on some money, you feel me? But I had to just make sure we sat down to have some sort of understanding.
With Kendrick delivering a decisive blow to Drake in their lyrical showdown, Ross is undoubtedly relishing the opportunity to poke fun at Drizzy. After Kendrick prominently featured Drake's OAC prescription on the cover art for his diss track, Ross wasted no time joining in, eager to comment on Beeple Drizzy being exposed. "Dan Whiteboy, Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publishing splits." Following Kendrick's knockout blow with Not Like Us, which has already become a certified summer hit, Ross immediately took to Instagram to mock Beeple Drizzy. Just minutes after the release of Not Like Us, Ross shared a video from a pool party in Vegas, where he blasted Kendrick's diss track. He jokingly taunted Drake, saying, "I'm at the pool party, Beeple Drizzy. I'm at the pool party, and they just called you out." However, Ross didn't stop there. He also had some choice words about Drake's attempt to address the PDF file accusations on the Heart Part 6.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the smoke with the while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late, and you can't call her when you get in this. It's deep to call your mama, white boy.
Moving on, we have Snoop Dogg, who had some words regarding Drake's use of his and Tupac's AI-generated voices in dissing Kendrick. In Drake's diss track, Tailor-Made Freestyle, there's a feature where an AI voice mimics Snoop's, rapping lines like, "They told me the spirit of Machiavelli is alive and a ninja under 55, so it's gotta be you." Snoop expresses his displeasure, recounting a past moment with Drake where they were shirtless at the House of Blues. Snoop isn't impressed, particularly with Drake's references to tattoos. Additionally, Drake includes an AI verse mimicking Snoop's voice to taunt Kendrick, saying, "Now's the time to really make the power move, 'cause right now, it's looking like you're writing out the game plan on how to lose." However, Tupac's estate and family didn't take kindly to Drake's use of Tupac's voice in the diss, particularly targeting Kendrick. In fact, Tupac's estate threatened legal action against Drake, leading him to retract the Tailor-Made track. In response to Drake's Tailor-Made Freestyle, Howard E. King, the lawyer for the Tupac Shakur estate, condemned the track as a blatant violation of Tupac's publicity rights and the estate's legal protections. King emphasized that it was a disrespectful exploitation of the legacy of one of hip-hop's greatest artists. He made it clear that the estate would never have authorized such use, especially considering the unauthorized and equally troubling deployment of Tupac's voice against Kendrick Lamar, a close friend of the estate who has consistently shown respect for Tupac and his legacy, both publicly and privately. Adding to the criticism, Tupac's brother, Mopreme Shakur, also denounced Drake for employing Tupac's AI-generated voice to target Kendrick instead of addressing him directly.
Damn, white boy. Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publishing splits.
Snoop expressed his frustration, urging to be left out of the drama and questioning the chaos that ensued before deciding to call it a night and retreat to bed. Next in the spotlight is Meek Mill, who probably found relief in the Kendrick Drake saga, diverting attention from him and the rumors involving Diddy. Meek remained neutral, commending both Drake and Kendrick while reflecting on how his own public image has been manipulated. He emphasized his determination to keep pushing forward, recognizing the distinct strengths of both artists. Then we have the unexpected voice of Mr. Suge Knight, who acknowledged Kendrick's prowess in out-dissing Drake. However, he also critiqued Kendrick for what he perceived as implying that Drake isn't fully black. Despite being incarcerated, Suge Knight managed to share his thoughts on social media, reminding everyone that racial identity shouldn't be divisive. Fans quickly clarified that Kendrick wasn't targeting Drake for his skin tone, but rather for what they perceived as appropriating Black American culture.
Kendrick's diss track.
I'm at the pool party. BBL Drizzy, I'm at the pool party. And they just called you a petty. They backed it up at the party.
But Ross didn't end it there. He also had some words about Drake trying to shut down those PDF file accusations on the Heart Part 6.
I just want to make this clear. White boy, they said you said if you was girls, you promised you would have been arrested. Whoever wrote that for you put more thought into that. White boy, it's your writers. Whatever message you translated to them, that wasn't the way they were supposed to do that. And as a writer, when it come to pep, you gotta remove yourself from that. White boy, that wasn't the line right there.
But the question was about AI, you know, and just because you can do something, that doesn't mean you should do something. Me personally, I'm from the old school, you know, Queens, New York, Mecca. That's why I got my bones. You know what I mean? So the way we battle rap, because, you know, from what I understand, it's a battle. If it's a battle, it should be mano y mano. At my humble opinion, it should be mano y mano, skill against skill, flow against flow. You know, when you put AI into the game, you make sure back.
Again, this is not about Drake being biracial, one fan said. Rather, Drake has not been part of Black culture. One could argue that Wayne Ross' future and hip-hop in broader discussions. Some argue that Drake's legitimacy in hip-hop becomes clearer when one examines his cultural background. Some observers suggest that before his hip-hop career, Drake's cultural identity wasn't as defined. Another perspective adds that the issue isn't necessarily about Drake's biracial background, but more about how he aligns himself culturally. Critics note that Drake often seems to distance himself from Black American culture, sometimes even ridiculing it, rather than fully embracing it. Lastly, we come to what can be deemed the most amusing and off-the-wall response to Drake's disses, courtesy of Metro Boomin. After enduring Drake's jabs over recent weeks, Metro opted for a unique retaliation. He released the Beagle Drizzy beat and invited fans to freestyle over it, with the winner receiving a free beat from him. Metro shared this challenge with the world. The challenge was simple: best verse over this beat gets a free beat. Participants were encouraged to upload their songs and use the designated challenge hashtag. This initiative sparked numerous reactions, unlike anything witnessed in rap beefs before. Now it's your chance to weigh in. With the Kendrick-Drake feud cooling off, who do you believe emerged victorious and why? Additionally, what are your thoughts on the internet's relentless mockery of Beagle Drizzy? Share your opinions in the comments and stay tuned for the next video.